By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of the earliest warning signs of dementia, including one most people miss. But we've got to keep you engaged until the end, because this information could change everything for you or someone you love. Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you were there? Or struggled to recall a name you've known for years? Most of us brush it off as a senior moment, but what if I told you these could be subtle red flags signaling something deeper? The truth is, dementia doesn't just appear overnight. It creeps in quietly, and most people miss the early signs until it's too late. But here's the good news. Catching these signals early can make all the difference in preserving your independence, your memories, and the vibrant life you deserve. Imagine waking up every day with crystal clear focus, the energy to enjoy your hobbies, and the confidence that your mind is as sharp as ever. That's not just wishful thinking. It's possible when you know what to look for and take action. Today, I'm going to share with you the 5 earliest warning signs of dementia, including one surprising symptom most people overlook. Hint, it's not memory loss. Stick with me because this isn't just about identifying risks. It's about empowering you with simple, science-backed strategies to protect your brain and keep your golden years full of joy, purpose, and connection. You've spent a lifetime building wisdom and experiences. Let's make sure you get to enjoy them to the fullest. Now let's talk about why this matters so much. Dementia isn't just about forgetting names or misplacing keys. It's about losing the ability to tell your own stories, recognize the faces of loved ones, or even perform everyday tasks that bring you joy. But here's what most doctors won't tell you. Your brain is far more resilient than you think, and small, consistent habits can dramatically lower your risk. In fact, research shows that up to 40% of dementia cases could be delayed or even prevented with the right lifestyle changes. That's huge. So if you've ever worried about your memory, or if you've watched a loved one struggle and thought, I don't want that to be me, this video is your wake-up call. We're going to tackle this together, not with fear, but with hope. And practical steps you can start today. Because you deserve to age with confidence, clarity, and the freedom to live life on your terms. Ready to take control? Let's dive in. Now that we've talked about why catching the early signs of dementia is so important, let's get into the specifics, because knowledge is power, and you deserve to feel empowered when it comes to your brain health. The first warning sign most people notice is subtle memory lapses, but not the kind where you forget where you put your glasses. I'm talking about forgetting recent conversations, important dates, or even steps in a familiar recipe you've made for years. But here's what's fascinating. Your brain isn't failing you. It's giving you signals like a check engine light that it's time to pay attention. And the best part? Research shows that when you take action early, you can actually strengthen your brain's resilience. Simple habits like learning a new skill, staying socially active, and even dancing, yes, dancing, can build new neural pathways, acting like a backup system for your memories. Now, let's talk about the second sign, one that surprises most. People, changes in mood or personality. Have you or someone you love suddenly become more anxious, irritable, or withdrawn for no clear reason? Many folks chalk it up to just getting older. But science tells us that shifts in mood can actually be an early indicator of cognitive changes. The good news? Activities that bring joy, whether it's gardening, painting, or spending time with grandkids, aren't just fun. They're medicine for your brain. Every time you laugh, connect, or engage in something meaningful, you're releasing chemicals that protect your neurons. So if you've been feeling a little off lately, don't ignore it. See it as a nudge to prioritize activities that light you up inside. And here's where it gets really interesting. The third sign is struggling with familiar tasks. Maybe you've noticed it takes longer to balance your checkbook, follow a favorite card game, or even navigate a well-known route. This isn't about slowing down. It's about your brain sending subtle SOS signals. But guess what? You can fight back with something as simple as a daily walk. Studies show that regular physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, literally helping to clear out the toxins that contribute to cognitive decline. So every step you take isn't just good for your heart. It's a love letter to your brain. Now, I promised you a surprising sign most people miss, and here it is: losing your sense of smell. That's right, if you've noticed foods don't taste as vibrant, or you're struggling to detect familiar scents, it could be more than just aging nostrils. Research links a declining sense of smell to early brain changes. But here's the hopeful part. You can train your nose just like you'd train a muscle. Try this. Once a day, take a moment to really inhale the scent of your coffee, a fresh orange, or even a favorite spice. Focus on identifying the aroma. It's a tiny habit that can have a big impact. Finally, the fifth sign is confusion with time or place. Ever lose track of what day it is or momentarily forget where you are? Occasional slips are normal, but if it's happening often, it's worth paying attention to. The key here is routine, not rigid schedules, but gentle rhythms that ground your brain. A morning ritual, a weekly phone call with a friend, or even a bedtime wind-down can create stability that helps your brain stay sharp. So what's the takeaway? These signs aren't meant to scare you. They're here to empower you, because now that you know what to look for, you can take action. And here's the best part. Every healthy choice you make, whether it's trying a new hobby, taking a walk, or even stopping to smell the roses, isn't just about avoiding decline. It's about building a life full of vibrancy, connection, and joy. You've got this, and I'm right here with you every step of the way. Now that you know the early warning signs, let's talk about what you can actually do about them. Because information without action is just trivia, and you deserve more than that. The beautiful truth is that your brain is designed to adapt and grow at any age, a concept scientists call neuroplasticity. That means every positive choice you make today literally reshapes your brain for a brighter tomorrow. Let's start with one of the most powerful tools you have: movement. You don't need to run marathons. Research shows that just 30 minutes of brisk walking a day can reduce dementia risk by up to 40%. But here's how to make it stick. Pair your walk with something you love, like listening to an audiobook or calling a friend while you stroll. That way, it's not exercise, it's me time that happens to be life-changing for your brain. Next up, feeding your mind. No, I'm not talking about crossword puzzles, though those are great. I mean real, nourishing food that fights inflammation, the silent killer of brain cells. Start with one simple swap. Trade processed snacks for a handful of walnuts or blueberries, nature's little brain boosters. The omega-3s in walnuts and the antioxidants in berries act like armor for your neurons. And here's a pro tip. Make it social. Invite a friend over for a brain-healthy potluck where you each bring a dish featuring ingredients like leafy greens, fatty fish, or turmeric. Good for your mind, great for your soul. That's what we call a win-win. Now let's talk about something most people overlook: the power of your social circle. Did you know that feeling lonely can be as damaging to your brain as smoking 15 cigarettes a day? But here's the good news. Every conversation, every shared laugh, every moment of connection is like a vitamin for your neurons. If in-person gatherings are tough, try this. Start a weekly coffee chat. Zoom call with old friends or family. No agenda, just good company. And if you're feeling adventurous, join a local book club or community class. Remember, every new friend is another reason to stay engaged with life. And your brain will thank you for it. This is where you come in, because none of this works without you. If you're finding value in this video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and join our growing family of vibrant seniors who are taking charge of their health. Every week, we share practical tips, inspiring stories, and most importantly, we cheer each other on. Because going after a healthier, sharper mind shouldn't be a solo journey. When you subscribe, you're not just getting videos, you're gaining a community that believes it's never too late to live your best life. Let's tackle one more game changer before we move on. Sleep. Not just any sleep. Deep, restorative sleep that acts like a nightly car wash for your brain, clearing out toxins linked to dementia. Try this tonight. Power down screens an hour before bed and replace them with soft music, gentle stretching, or a good old-fashioned book. Create a bedtime ritual that tells your brain it's time to recharge. And if you wake up at night, don't stress. Simply practice deep breathing in for 4 counts, hold for 7, out for 8. It's like a lullaby for your nervous system. What's incredible is that these aren't drastic changes. They're small tweaks with massive payoffs, and each one does double duty. They not only protect your brain but enrich your life right now. That's the secret they don't tell you. About longevity, it's not just about adding years to your life, but life to your years. Every choice you make today is a love letter to the vibrant, sharp-minded future you. Let's take this conversation deeper, because you're not just looking for quick fixes. You want strategies that truly work in the real world. Have you ever heard of the Mozart effect? It's not just a myth. Studies show that listening to certain types of music can actually enhance cognitive function. But here's how to apply this scientifically. Create a playlist of complex classical pieces. Think Mozart's Sonata for 2 pianos, or Bach's Brandenburg concertos, and listen while doing routine tasks like folding laundry or gardening. The intricate musical patterns stimulate neural connections in ways that can improve memory and problem-solving skills. Even better? Combine this with physical movement. Tap your feet or conduct an imaginary orchestra to double the brain benefits. Now, let's talk about something revolutionary happening in longevity science, the power of intermittent fasting for brain health. But before you worry about starving yourself, here's the senior-friendly approach. Try compressing your eating window to 10 to 12 hours daily. For example, breakfast at 8 a.m. and dinner by 6 p.m. This gives your brain what scientists call autophagy time, a natural cleansing process where your cells remove damaged components. The best part? You can start gradually. Simply push breakfast back 30 minutes each day until you find your ideal rhythm. Pair this with brain-boosting foods during your eating window, like avocado toast on whole grain bread or a salmon salad loaded with colorful veggies. Here's an advanced technique most people never consider: bilateral stimulation for cognitive enhancement. This simple practice involves alternating left-right movements, like walking while swinging opposite arms, or even just tapping your feet alternately while seated. Research suggests this can improve communication between brain hemispheres, potentially boosting memory and processing speed. Try this while watching TV, alternate tapping your left and right hand on your thigh in rhythm with your favorite show. It's so easy you'll barely notice you're giving your brain a workout. Let me share a real-world example that inspires me. 78-year-old Martha from our community who transformed her cognitive health through purposeful play. After noticing occasional memory slips, she created what she calls her brain adventure jar, filled with slips of paper suggesting new experiences. Every Sunday, she draws one activity for the week. Recent challenges included learning 3 phrases in a new language, trying a dance class, and even painting with her non-dominant hand. 6 months later, her neurologist was amazed at her improved cognitive scores. The lesson? Novelty isn't just fun, it's fundamental for brain plasticity. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: stress and its devastating impact on brain health. But here's a cutting-edge approach that works wonders. Forest bathing meets mindfulness. Studies show spending just 20 minutes daily in nature while practicing sensory awareness, really noticing the colors of leaves, the sound of birds, the scent of pine, can lower cortisol levels by impressive margins. No forest nearby? Create a nature nook on your patio or balcony with potted plants and a small water feature. The key is intentional engagement with natural elements. It's like giving your overworked brain a mini vacation. What makes these strategies so powerful is that they're not just about preventing decline, they're about cognitive enhancement. Imagine looking forward to each day with the confidence that your mind is getting sharper, not slower. That's the potential we're unlocking here. Every time you try one of these techniques, you're not just maintaining your brain, you're upgrading it. And the most beautiful part? These practices don't feel like medicine. They feel like living life to its fullest, with all the joy, curiosity, and engagement that makes getting older truly rewarding. As we wrap up this important conversation, I want you to picture something extraordinary. A version of yourself 6 months from now, waking up each morning with mental clarity, walking through your day with confidence in your cognitive abilities, and going to bed knowing you're actively protecting your most precious asset, your brilliant mind. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's absolutely within your reach. And here's why everything we've covered matters more than you might realize. Those early warning signs we discussed, they're not meant to scare you. They're your brain's way of whispering for attention before it starts shouting. The lifestyle strategies we've explored, they're not chores to add to your to-do list. They're invitations to a richer, more engaged life where every choice you make becomes an act of self-respect and empowerment. Let's revisit the most crucial points with fresh eyes. First, awareness is your superpower. Now that you can recognize subtle changes, whether it's shifts in mood, challenges with familiar tasks, or that surprising sense of smell connection, you're already ahead of the game. Second, action is your ally. Every brain-healthy meal, every walk around the neighborhood, every new experience you embrace isn't just preventing decline, it's actively building cognitive reserves that can carry you vibrantly through the decades ahead. Third, community is your catalyst. Whether it's our growing YouTube family or the friends you'll inspire with what you've learned today, remember, this journey is too important to walk alone. Here's where I need you to take that knowledge and turn it into action starting right now. I challenge you to choose just one strategy from this video, maybe the music listening, the bilateral stimulation, or Martha's adventure jar idea, and commit to trying it for the next 7 days. Why? Because neuroscience shows us that small, consistent actions create neural pathways stronger than any grand but short-lived gestures. And when you see those first glimmers of improvement, that moment when you recall a name effortlessly, or feel that spark of mental energy, you'll understand the true power you hold to shape your cognitive destiny. Before you go, I have one important request. If this video has given you valuable insights, pay that wisdom forward. Hit the like button to help others in our community find this information. Subscribe to join our movement of proactive seniors, rewriting the aging narrative. And most importantly, share in the comments which strategy you're committing to first. Your story could be the inspiration someone else needs to take their first step toward brain health. Together, we're proving every day that aging isn't about decline. It's about possibility, growth, and showing the world what experienced, vibrant minds are truly capable of. As we close, I leave you with this thought. Your brain has carried you through a lifetime of memories, challenges, and triumphs, and with the care you're learning to give it now, it has countless more adventures ahead. The secret to longevity isn't found in a pill or a miracle cure. It's in the daily choices that say, I value myself enough to protect my future. So, go forward with this knowledge, not as a burden of worry, but as a gift of empowerment. Your sharp, vibrant, extraordinary mind deserves nothing less. Here's to your health, your memories, and the incredible journey ahead. I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue this important conversation. Until then, remember, every great day begins with a healthy mind, and that journey starts with you.